Hello everyone, Sonlin here, and we are playing Cataclysm, Dark Days Ahead. Now, a lot of you might be unfamiliar with this game, as I was until very recently. This is a minimalistic sort of roguelike post-apocalyptic survival game. That's the best way to describe it. It has some very old school graphics. In the original unedited version, it is just like ASCII graphics, similar to say Dwarf Fortress or other sort of roguelike games of this style, and very text-based kind of game. This game is currently under development. It's not super old. It's still being worked on, really, with updates every I'd say 6 to 12 months or so. It's a fairly slowly updated game. This is the third major build, at least to my knowledge. Anyway, I'll also be playing with a tile set to make it a little easier for you to watch it, because like I said, it's a text-based game, so sometimes it can be hard to understand what's going on if you're not familiar. So I'll be playing with a tile set. So first, we need to create a world. It's easy enough. Don't want any mods. World gen options. Let's see, size of cities. That's good. So, like I said, this is a post-apocalyptic survival game. This takes place sometime in the near future, where we have developed certain technologies to make us have biomechanical augmentations, you could say. I'm setting the initial season to summer there, just for a little ease of starting, because I'm not super familiar with this game. I've played it quite a bit, but I'm not an expert at it, I should say. Anyway, so this takes place in the near future, where we have developed our technology of bioaugmentation has increased by quite a bit, and due to some uncertain event, the world has succumbed to radiation and monsters, or some kind of virus, or some unknown Armageddon device. Something has happened and caused the world to end, and you are one of a few survivors trying to eke out a living in this dying and crazy world. So it's a very, very atmospheric, very creepy, scary, and in some moments very tense game. World named Caro. That's perfectly fine, honestly. Yes, I am sure I'm finished. So let's go ahead and get a new game up and running here. Let's go with a custom character so I can kind of walk with you through the whole process here, as you might be unfamiliar, as I was until a few weeks ago. So this is a lot of customization, And, oh, by the way, before I continue on, this beautiful ambient music you're hearing in the background, it is not in Cataclysm. It doesn't have any music, at least to my knowledge. This is from the studios of Crowd Chamber. I'll send a link in the description below. This album is Monde Obscure by Aregri Somnia. It's some very, very beautiful, ambient, kind of creepy music, so it's very fitting. Anyway, back to Cataclysm. You start off with the scenario, profession, traits, stats, and skills, and each one kind of feed into each other. So these scenarios are how the game starts off. You start off from all the way from evacuee to you start off in a burning building, or in a school, or out in the wilderness, bottom of a mine, all these different things. Evacuee, definitely the best way to start, I would say. It gives you option of having a lot of different games. So evacuee is the starting scenario, is probably pretty good. You have survived the initial wave of panic and have achieved relative safety in one of the many government evac shelters. So it really starts off in a small little building. It usually has a few supplies, but not much. Now your profession. There's a huge list of professions here. Survival, like I said, this kind of takes place in a few decades in the future. So you have these sort of part human, part machine people. You have broken cyborgs, failed cyborgs. You also have crazy starting things like clown, crackhead, janitor, groom. These are all just These are just how you start the game with. And then you can see the points up here. Those are all those points that you get go towards your traits, stats, and skills. So the more traits, the more points, the better. Now some of these, as you go down the list, there's about anything you can think of really. It starts you off with different skills, different traits, different items, and in some cases different bio-augmentations, which is pretty good. But as you go down the list, you can see that the points left starts to dwindle. Some of these professions are much better at surviving than others. So if you could go down to the very bottom, black belt, you're going to start off with -2 points. So you're going to have to make that up in some bad traits. But he's obviously very, very, very good at beating stuff up just unarmed. So that's very, very helpful in the end of the world, when you're surrounded by monsters and irradiated mutant creatures and whatnot. But I've gone through the list, I've read through every single one and tried out a good portion of them. Honestly, my favorite has to be Survivalist. The description kind of speaks for itself here. Skilled at surviving off the land, far from civilization, your skills are quite likely to come in useful, considering civilization is now full of monsters that want you dead. Your equipment is basic, but versatile, and with your skills, more than you need, except your canteens run out. So, I really like the Survivalist. He's my favorite profession that I've tried out so far. I've tried out a good portion of them. You start off with no profession trait, which is fine. Skills, level 4 in survival, which is fantastic. Level 2 in trapping, level 2 in fabrication, which is like crafting, essentially. Level 2 in cooking, level 2 in first aid, and level 2 in swimming. You'll never know when you might need to swim across something. And then the profession items here. Boxer shorts, obviously you gotta start with underwear. I mean, who doesn't? Flashlight, cargo shorts, pair of boots, boonie hat, blazer, t-shirt, pair of socks, backpack, survival knife, lighter, rope, whistle, canteen, and a scabbard for your knife. And that's all you start off with. I mean, I say that's all. Some people just start off with like a towel and some soap, you know, like somebody in the shower. So, but that's a pretty good amount of stuff you start off with, and it's like the description said, very versatile. So I think I'll start off with as the Survivalist. Now this traits list, it's separated into 2 columns. You have the positive ones on the left. All these are very positive traits that help you out in one way or another. And on the right are negative traits that hurt you, but on the upside they give you more points. If you take these, they'll end up giving you more points to spend on either more positive traits or increase your stats or skills. So it's usually pretty useful to get at least a few negative traits unless you can afford not to, in which case you would be better off not getting them. But in my case, since I'm a survivalist, I don't start off with many points because it's so good. So let's go through these positive traits here. Accomplished sleeper, you'll sleep better than most. Addiction resistant, you won't be addicted as easily. A lot of these kind of speak for themselves. Animal empathy, I like to go for this. Wild animals won't attack me as much. It helps a little bit. Cannibal, I don't want to be. Deft, I don't want. Disease resistant, I don't really care too much about that. But, well, that's only ambient diseases, because I've died from infections and things, but that's something different, so. Drunken master, no. Fast healer is pretty good. It's a little expensive. I might consider it. Fast learner, also very good. But it's, like you said, like you can see up there, fast learner costs 3 points to use. And I only have 2, so it'll send me in a -1, which it'll let me do, but I'll need to make it up somewhere else. Fast reader is somewhat good. Fleet-footed, that is potentially very useful, so I will look at that one. Good hearing, I really like. It only costs 2 points, and you can hear things a lot easier, so I like to try to go for that. So I think I'll go ahead and select that. Let's see here. Inconspicuous. I haven't tried this out yet, but I've heard good things. So it says, while sleeping or staying still, it is less likely that monsters will wander close to you. I've heard some pretty good things about this, so I'm going to try it out. See, as you can see, we're already at -1 points, which is not that fantastic, but I'll make it up. Let's see. Ooh, infection resistant. Your immune system is particularly good at resisting infections. You have an increased chance for bad wounds and infections to heal on their own, and only suffer reduced penalties from them. That is very, very good. I would really like to get that if I can. Less sleep, light eater. Light eater is very good. I'm probably going to have to go through here and get some more, take away some of these really good ones, because pack mule, carry more things. That's very good. Yeah, like I said, I'm probably going to have to go through here and get rid of some of these. So let me get rid of animal empathy. Good thing I'd like to keep. Let's see, light eater. Pack mule is, in my opinion, indispensable. So let's go over here and start getting some of these negative ones just so you can even it out. Addictive personality, yes, because I'll try to avoid those, but if I do become addicted, that'll just be too bad. Let's see here. Bad back, bad knees, bad temper. Chemical imbalance, that's not too good. Clumsy, not too good. Farsighted, it's okay. They'll start you off with glasses, but yeah, I'd rather not. Flimsy, forgetful. Now here are some of these pretty good ones. Not good, but they're good for earning points. Flimsy, fragile, frail, glass jaw. Those will give you less hit points. You'll die faster if you get hit. I'm going to take glass jaw. It's the weakest of all those. And it'll give me 3 points back, so I can use to get put into other skills and things. So I'll get glass jaw. It only decreases my maximum hit points by 20%. So I could deal with that. Let's see, high thirst, that's not good. Hoarder, no. Illiterate, that's definitely not good. I could go with, let's see, lightweight. Alcohol and drugs go straight to your head. Yes, I'll do that one. Maybe I might do nearsighted because it does start you off with glasses, but we'll see. Let's see. Schizophrenic I've tried that. It's pretty crazy. It makes you see all kinds of things that aren't there. It's very, very crazy. I'll try slow reader to gain a few amount of points here. Trigger happy. So if I use automatic weapons, I'll spray more often. And maybe truth teller. That'll give me a few more points. Oops, wrong button there. We can go back into the positive traits. Now, I usually like to leave the trait screen with 3 points. As a general rule of thumb, but you can really do whatever you want. Good hearing, inconspicuous, light eater, and pack mule. What else do I want over here? Honestly, those are all of the really, really, I think, most important things, personally. Light eater is pretty good. Less sleep is also very good, and light step is pretty good. But I think I'll save those points for other traits. Other stats and skills, excuse me. So onto the stats menu. You have 4 stats: strength, dexterity, intelligence, and perception. Now those are all pretty straightforward. Strength affects your starting hit points, how much you can carry, and how much damage you deal in melee. Strength also makes you more resistant to many diseases and poisons, which makes actions which require brute force more effective. I'm going to increase strength to at least 10. I might go back and decrease it or increase it now, but 10 for right now is pretty good. Dexterity increases your ability to hit things with your weapon, and it also makes you be able to be more do actions that are more what would be the word? Require more dexterity, as the description says. So that's somewhat important. Intelligence, this is good. It decreases. The higher intelligence is, the faster you can read. And there's a beautiful system in this game called skill rest. If you don't use a skill such as crafting or first aid or shooting, it will slowly wear away, and you won't be as good at it as you once were. So the higher the intelligence, as you can see, if I start putting ones into intelligence, skill rest goes down. So you will regain your skills. Well, you will maintain your skills for longer without actually using them. So that's very good. Perception is really good for ranged weapons, and it's also good for detecting things. So I'm going to put at least 1 into perception, help for hearing, and I might leave dexterity and intelligence at their base values of 8. And strength is pretty good at 10. So move over to skills. Now, as a survivalist, I start off with cooking in level 2, fabrication level 2. Everything's already in level 1, which you can't do too much with in level 1, but you at least can do it. Cooking is level 2, fabrication level 2, first aid level 2, survival level 4, swimming level 2, and trapping level 2. So you start off with a lot of good skills. I have 2 more points, so I want to, let's see, I want to do 1 in melee, for sure, and then probably 1 in dodging. So I'll have a lot of different skills here. That will slowly decrease over time, which is bad, but I can live with that. So I'll have level 2 in dodging, level 2 in melee. So that just makes sense in a post-apocalyptic world. You're going to want to be able to dodge things, and you're going to want to be able to hit things. So, okay, 0 points left. That's good. So we can look back over our person here. 10 strength, 8 dexterity, 8 intelligence, 9 perception, and our traits: lightweight, truth teller, glass jaw, addictive personality, trigger happy, and slow reader. But we also are a pack mule, light eater, and inconspicuous. There might be a few more, but it's kind of cutting them off there, which is fine. I believe we also have, what was it in the positive ones? Oh, I don't remember. I do not remember what it was, but it was all good. And we're going to start off, the scenario says we're going to start off as an evacuee, which is pretty good, as a survivalist, and we have a lot of skills over there. So let's go ahead and see if we can get some random names, good random names. Chance Toth, nah, not really. Jeffrey Tomlin. Jeffrey Tomlin's probably pretty good, I think. Jeffrey Tomlin's fine. Yeah, I think this is good. Starting location, shelter. I think I'm going to go with this. Okay. Jeffrey, let's go ahead and start you up here. Are you sure you're finished? Yes, I am. Okay. So there's little Jeffrey Tomlin down there. As you can see up in the top right, there's a little mini map. Actually, I can show you with my mouse. There's a little mini map up here. Here are the general healths of your body parts. There's head, it's mostly full health. Torso, full health. Arms, legs, they're all full health. You don't get hit points because you're not, a doctor or anything. You just have a general idea how your body's doing. This little face right here is our mood. We're fairly neutral. Here are our stats, which can change depending on the situation. This is our stamina right here, this green bar. If we start running a lot, it'll decrease. Focus, speed, that's our temperature right here. We're comfortable. It's sunny outside. That's the time of day. We don't have a watch, so we can just tell by the sun's position. So it's kind of rising a little bit. No fighting style, no sound right now. We're in an evac shelter. There's the season, day 1. We're using our fists. So that's that. Let's go ahead and check our inventory right now. Is it going to let us check our inventory? Oh, there we go. Just had to load a second there. Okay, so we have those are all of our items that we are wearing right now. We're going to go ahead and equip the survival knife. Oh, whoops! I don't mean to compare. There we go. So here's the survival knife. Tells you all about it. I'm going to go ahead and wield it. So now I'm still wielding survival knife. You might be able to see on the little character down there. And let's see. I think that's all we need to do immediately. We have some rope, a lighter, a flashlight that's off. Yeah, okay, so let's go ahead and look around this little shelter. It can vary from file to file. There's doors all around us. There's some benches and tables. There's some stairs in the middle that lead down. I will check out in a second. Let me check out these lockers first. Okay, so in here, there's probably going to be a blanket and a jacket, right? Yeah, emergency jacket and folded emergency blanket. We really don't need either of those. So we started off in summer, so we're just going to leave those there for now. We don't need them. And what's this over here in that one? There's also an emergency jacket and some more blankets. So that's all right. That's to be expected from the starting lockers. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at these windows. These windows have curtains drawn, which is just for they have these very thick curtains, which is only for the starting shelter. So let's go ahead and peek through the curtains. And now we can see what's out here. Kind of an empty field. There's a road over there. That's promising. And then there's some water, some shallow water. Oh, what are these? I didn't even see these over here. Duck. Oh, they're fleeing from something. Some ducks that are fleeing. Okay, here's quite a deep lake of some kind. Okay, so it's just an empty field. Ooh, there's something. There's a beaver. Okay, well, you're not very scary, beaver. And you're probably a muskrat. Okay. Well, anyway, that side's pretty good. It looks like on our map, let's open up our map. Okay, so we have a very big river to the south of us, so we obviously cannot go in there. Let's look around. Yeah, a big river. We have a swamp to our right. Very big, thick swamp. We have a cave over there. I've never been to a cave. We could try traveling over this road and going across this bridge, maybe. It looks like there's a town to the north of us over here. There's a museum and some apartment towers. That's interesting. And then over here, what do we have? We have a barn and a silo, a garage, a lot, and a ranch. And then a mansion over here. Okay. That's probably where we're going to head first, I feel like. But we definitely have this huge river to the south of us, which stopping us from probably crossing it, especially swimming. I would want to try to swim, even though my ability to swim is higher than normal. It's not perfect, so, and you will be weighed down by your equipment. Okay, nothing really over here. There's the swamp continuing. I've never started next to a starting position like this before. It's interesting. It really pigeonholes you into what direction you want to go. Let's peek through these curtains. Oh yeah, thick swamp. Thick swamp here, and then a river. Let's look out here. Ooh, the river is right there, right on the edge of the, and it just goes and goes. Right on the edge of the evac shelter. Well, I guess we're going to have to go down in here and check what's downstairs. It could be all kinds of stuff, too. I'm going to go ahead and turn on my flashlight, so I'm going to activate it. And I'm going to open that door and look in here. Okay, so nothing bad is in here. What's this? It's a plastic bottle of saline solution. Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that for sure. You can see up there, the pickup, there's a weight system like most games, and there's also a volume system. So the weight system explains itself. You can't carry too many heavy things. But the volume system is how much you can physically like lift up in an amount of space that you have with your arms, you know, or your backpack or whatever your containers are. So say if you're picking up a whole bunch of pillows, it wouldn't be very heavy, but you can only pick up so many without being able to hold any more. Even though you could pick up that much weight, you just wouldn't be able to actually hold that many pillows. So that's the volume system. It lets you can carry, you know, whatever you could realistically put in your backpack or pockets or things like that. So this plastic bottles of saline solution, they'll take up 2 volume. They're not very big, and it'll take up 2 weight, essentially. So, well, 1 weight closer to. So I'll go ahead and take those because they're good for crafting. What's this down here on the ground? A sweatshirt that fits. A thick cotton shirt, warmth and a bit of padding. It's not very heavy, but it takes up 14. It'll double my volume right now, and it's not very hot outside, so I think I'll wait. This is a blanket. I think I'll take this blanket for now. It's a little less than the sweatshirt, and these are denim shorts. Excellent protection from cuts. What do I have right now? Well, let's see. They have 2 storage space. Okay, and I have the cargo shorts, right. Oh, whoops. Oh, yeah, that's on. Didn't mean to do that. Okay, so, not the lighter. I want, where's the button? It is cargo shorts. C. There we go. They have a little more storage. But they don't have much defense. But that's okay. I have pretty good dodging, so I think I'll just leave those for now and keep the blanket. So let me go into my inventory and turn off my flashlight. Turn it off. Oh, can't go down. Let's go up instead. Okay. Okay, well, I think I'm going to end this part here and go ahead and venture out into the wild scariness. Even though that doesn't look like there's anything immediately, but we're going to go check out that mansion immediately for sure first. I don't want to do that. I want to do this. Yeah, it didn't look too bad out here, but I'm just going to run up to the mansion and maybe the barn and see what's going on. There's definitely going to be a lot of zombies and monsters in there for sure. But for here, it's not very much going on. Anyway, but thank you all so much for watching. I've been Silent. This has been Cataclysm, Dark Days Ahead, and you've been a wonderful audience. And I hope you like this series. If you do, go ahead and leave a like and show some support in whatever way you can. I'd really, really appreciate it. But for now, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next part.